Hello everyone, happy Friday. I look like a hot mess today, and that is a-okay. Yesterday was a very busy day, and today I'm about to show you, if you haven't seen the shorts, when I woke up this morning we had 2 hatched babies, and I came back from my eye appointment today. Well, it wasn't really an appointment, I was just picking up my new glasses. Anyway, I came back and we now have 4 hatched babies. Very exciting. So anyway, I had to refill the duck pool today. It doesn't look super clean, but it's fine for now. Anyway, so we have 4 ducklings hatched. Now I think it's a good time to talk about imprinting. So real quick, when I go inside and show you the ducks, they're still in the brooder because they need to wait until they're totally dry. The other thing is that in the brooder I need to wait until they've all hatched to the best of my abilities, because if I open up the brooder too early and let some of that humidity out, it can like shrink wrap the membrane in there, which can end up trapping the baby in the egg. So I don't want to open it too early in case anyone is still trying to hatch, and I can't see very well into it, so I don't know if anyone's still hatching. What I know is that there's 4 in there, and when I woke up this morning there was 2, so you know. But the baby's yolks that they absorbed as part of the hatching process, if you want to know more about that, I will post the link to my other video if you didn't see it. They absorb the yolk as part of the hatching process, and that yolk can sustain them for 24 to 48 hours without any food or water. So I'm not in a huge rush to get them out, besides the fact that I want to get them out because they're babies. But since they're coming out, now is a good time to talk about imprinting. Most of us know about imprinting to some extent. The baby birds imprint on the moms, things like that. But a little while ago, I was watching a video. I don't know how well you'll be able to see them, but there's one. There's one in the bath. Don't worry, the bath is empty. I did check. There's number 3. And there's a 4th one behind the one that's, you can see that little butt back there, that's the 4th duckling. So that's all 4 of them. Anyway, I was watching this video, and there's a lot of talk about, hi guys, how the farmer did bad. The farmer had the gosling imprinting. Tempest, go get it. Before the mama goose did. Which made me realize, which to be fair, so I'm going to say this, that a lot of people don't really understand how the imprinting process works, and I was one of them. So funny story. Last summer, okay, so the weekend of like July 4th, I think, we were at my mother-in-law's, and the babies were hatching that weekend. And we slept in the basement, which is where the babies were, and I woke up and I went to check on the babies, and there were, I don't know, a lot, it felt like a lot, somewhere between 3 and 5 probably, had hatched in the middle of the night. And I was like, oh look, babies! And then I immediately was like, oh, sorry, Tempest. I made a weird noise, and now she is concerned. She also is concerned about the fact that I have new glasses. I'm good, Tempest. I'm good. I know. I'm sorry I made it. Oh, sorry, baby. I just stabbed you in the eye. I'm sorry I made a weird noise. Okay. I hope you guys like dog content, because, oh, baby, are you okay? That's what you're getting today. Are you good?
No.
Okay. Yeah, come on. You come here. You come here. Oh, just, it's okay. Everything's okay. It's an empty can, don't worry. So anyway, weekend of July 4th, I woke up and there were a bunch of new babies, and I was like, oh, look, babies. And then I was like, babies! And I'm the first one they saw. Oh my god, they've imprinted. I can't have a baby duck following me around because I still live in my apartment and they don't allow ducks, I'm pretty sure. So I panicked. And then she put her wet paws all over me. And so then I started Googling it, and that's how I learned about imprinting. So, with imprinting, it's not actually like the first thing they see. When an imprint happens, it's not just that the duckling sees something. It is the first thing that the duckling believes or recognizes as itself. Does that kind of make sense? So it sees something, and that something is present and spends time with it, and they're able to touch it, and then it goes, oh, I must be this thing. Usually, that's a mama duck, where the duckling's like, oh, I must be what you are. But for incubator ducklings, that doesn't happen. They don't have a mama duck to imprint on. So they will imprint on each other. Or some people will put in like a stuffed animal or a rubber duck, and they'll imprint on that rubber duck or something. People will imprint the ducks on themselves. I'm not against doing it in the future, but sorry, baby. But that's a lot of process and responsibility, because the ducklings will literally die if they are not with their mama, the whole, like, all the time. So, like, if I were to imprint, I would probably need to set up a little, like, makeshift bed to put next to me in bed so that it would be with me 24/7. And then some imprinted ducks I have read can have some issues differentiating mother in the future from partner, if you understand what I'm saying. So there can be cons. They tend to be a lot better socialized. Oh, she stepped on my bladder. They tend to be a lot better socialized than non-imprinted ducks, but they can confuse people for partners. And that can... Oh, gosh, she has an ice cube. I gave them ice cubes because it's a hot day, and I'm trying to figure out why my pants are wet and what she's trying to pick up, and it's an ice cube that she has been rubbing on my pants. There you go. I love my dogs. I do. I really love it when she chews on my lap. I just maybe next time won't give her ice when she wants to chew on my lap. So, back to the ducks. So there can be cons to imprinting as well. And you can socialize baby ducks without imprinting them. It just takes longer, and it maybe won't be as thorough as an imprinted duckling. I know you want the ice cube, but I hate to break... Oh, there it is. It hasn't melted yet. There you go. Oh, shoot. Here we go. You can imprint the duck, or you can socialize the ducklings without imprinting them. It just might not be as thorough or as easy. And that's fine. So maybe someday I'll imprint a duckling just for the experience, but that's not something I want to do right now. It's a little chaotic here between 3 dogs, 2 of which are puppies, planning a wedding, hatching ducks for the first time, planning a wedding. So maybe in future years when I am less busy, I will think about imprinting. Until then, I am trying not to. So what does that mean? It means that for the imprinting period typically lasts like a couple days. Usually after about 48 hours, you're good, especially if they've already had a chance to imprint on something else. So I actually won't interact with them much for the first 48 hours. When they're ready, I'll plop them into the brooder, and I'll check on them, make sure they have food and water, and beyond that, I probably won't spend too much time with them. When I was at my mother-in-law's last year, I was able to, like, talk to them, because at my mother-in-law's last year, Wanda was past the imprinting period, and so I was able to hold Wanda, even with the new babies there, and so I spent quite a bit of time outside of the brooder, holding Wanda and talking to them, and they still didn't imprint on me. So just hearing my voice wasn't quite enough. But especially for the first couple hours until they imprint on each other, I'll probably try and stay away besides checking to see if there's more babies in there. And if they're dried off, because once they're dried off, I can move them to the brooder. But other than that, for the first 48 hours, I'm not going to spend too much time with them. Then they have a chance to imprint on each other. We don't have to worry about them imprinting on me. And then I can spend all the time in the world with them, which I will. And the same will go next week for the Muscovies when they hatch. So yeah, I guess the big takeaways are imprinting is not immediate. It is not always the first thing they see out of the egg. It takes time and some devotion from the person that's trying to imprint them, of like petting them and being with them and taking care of them in those first few hours. So if you ever come across a newly hatched baby and you're like, oh my gosh, was I the first thing they saw? You're good. Just leave them alone. They won't imprint on you. And if you see somebody else that's helping a baby duck out, or in the case of this farmer, she was holding the gosling's egg and was just kind of giving it some encouragement, little strokes on its wing to, encourage it out. She didn't imprint it. I'm fairly positive she didn't say she did. And it will still imprint on its mom just fine. And to be honest, like I said, some people purposefully imprint, and some people, have that ability that they are full-time farmers and they totally can take care of an imprinted baby. And that's A-okay. And that is a valid choice. Not one that I'm making at this time, but it's a valid choice. So, yeah. Anyway, there's my PSA for the day. If you have any questions on imprinting, let me know in the comments. I will, again, do my best to answer it. And, we'll check in a little bit and see if we have more than 4, but we currently have 4 little babies. I'm so excited. Thanks, everyone. See you guys later.